Good afternoon, Cedarfield family. Thank you for joining us for this live stream here on May 8th. Format for today is as follows. I just have a little Mother's Day message, followed by a little glimpse of a life-changing event that happened for me. And after that, we're going to take a little bit of a look at what life will look like at Cedarfield here over the next several weeks. David Stewart is here to talk a little bit about the Mother's Day menu and some weekend activities or some activities that may be even happening next week. You can zoom in on that. This picture is a picture of my mother, Geraldine Shaw, and she's hugging my oldest child, Roger Shaw. Hers is the first face that I learned to recognize and respond to. Hers is the voice that reassures me. Hers is and was the touch that says home and security. Often the first word that we learn to say is mom. And that the utterance or expression of our first recognition is so immensely important in the role that moms play. Our moms are the bedrock of our family. They keep us together, they give us strength, they love us unconditionally. I tell that to my sons all the time, so does Joy. Just think of the difference that moms have made in your world, beginning with the gift of life itself and then through the creation of a family. Children become part of our family in many different ways. It can happen through birth, it can happen through adoption, as it has happened in my situation, by parents getting married, it can happen through a judge, it can happen through a minister, a rabbi. There is no right or wrong to becoming a family. It's about being together and loving one another and caring. We become a family when God makes a way for us to be together and to love each other. And if you're one of those people who have made a mother's difference in someone's life, this Sunday coming up is for you. Happy Mother's Day. All those cards that you will receive are just another way to say it again, to help you understand how things work. We understand how things work and how we understand the world. Our moms give us so many incredible reasons to be thankful for. And so I hope we all take Mother's Day to thank our moms for what they have done for each of us and each day, and to make us who we are. To our moms on the Cedarfield team, thank you for spending your precious professional hours with us. We know that your first job is to be a mother, and our job is to assure you that you have a work-life balance so that you can be the mom that you want to be with your children. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Like I said, this is my mom, and I practice what I preach. This is the first year that I have not sent flowers to my mother. Instead, I wrote her a letter over the course of this week. I sent that letter out this morning. Hopefully it gets to her in time. I have never written a letter to my mother, ever. I've given her cards, sent her texts or emails, but I never wrote her a letter of how I felt about her. And boy, what an experience that was over this last week, just writing my mom a very loving letter. So hopefully you all are taking advantage of different ways to celebrate your mom besides just sending flowers. When I signed that letter, I thought, wow, I'm sending this off to my mom. I thought to myself, what a more powerful way that my mom can be celebrating this Mother's Day rather than actually receiving flowers that I know won't be there for more than a week. But that letter will probably stay on her desk for a lifetime. So, anyway, hope you are celebrating your mother in different ways this weekend. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about a life-changing event, and just bear with me for 5 minutes. So this picture that you see here on the screen happens to be a retirement community that I had the absolute pleasure and honor of leading down in St. Petersburg, Florida. When I was there, I met a woman by the name of Gert Laxer. She lived in this retirement community. Here's Gert. And Gert Laxer owned probably one of the most successful steakhouses in the United States. It's called Burns Steakhouse. It's in Tampa. If you're ever in Tampa and you have a little bit extra money to spend, it's not a moderate place to have a steak. I would encourage you to go to Burns Steakhouse. It still exists today. This is Burns. She lived in this retirement community. And I remember one day having a meal with her at this retirement community. And we were talking about what does life look like for me in the future. She's like, how are you making a difference in the world, Michael? That's what Gert asked me. And I said, well, Gert, I'm managing these retirement communities. I'm helping people 65 years of age and better grow gracefully in their old age, and helping a team with a vocation in life that want to be in and around people 65 years of age and better. And that's my vocation in life. That's how I'm making a difference. And then she said the next question, which changed my life. She said, well, how many kids do you have, Michael? And I said, I don't have any kids, Gert. I don't even want any children. God placed me here to manage retirement communities. I know that for a fact. That's my vocation. My vocation isn't to be a dad. So, Gert said to me, here's right outside the restaurant, which they started off selling hot dogs on the streets of Tampa Bay. And then over the course of the steakhouse turned into something quite beautiful. In fact, a little tidbit about this restaurant, any server that's in this restaurant, they don't automatically go to get served tables. They actually have to work on the farm. They have to actually help the crops grow. They take care of the cattle, they take care of the chickens, and they appreciate the livestock for up to 2 years before that server even touches the table. You want to talk about an experience? It's quite an experience going to Burns Steakhouse, all created by Gert Laxer and her husband. So she said to me, Michael, why don't you just come for dinner one night on me, and I want you to ask your wife if she wants to have children. Here's the table that we sat at. That first table that you see right there, off to the right-hand side, that is the exact table that we sat at. And so I asked my wife at this dinner, I said, Jules, what's our plan in life? And we talked about a whole bucket list of stuff, none of which actually involved children. And so I took Gert Laxer's advice, and I asked her a question. I asked my wife the question. I said, are we really making a difference in the world? And my wife started crying at this restaurant, and so did I. And long and behold, that whole whole discussion led to, why don't we adopt children? And so Julie and I went to a orphanage in Newport Richey, Florida, called Everyday Blessings. And we went through an exploration, and we found these two little guys. This is their first day at our home, Raj and Ty. Our next door neighbor actually put this sign out on the front lawn before we even got there. It's hard to read, it doesn't have a lot of pixels in this picture, but it says, "Welcome home to your forever home." So Raj is on the left, Tyler is on the right. I actually still have this little poster in my garage. Tyler's off to the left, Roger's to the right. That's their great mother, Julie, my bride. This was adoption day. This is right before we went into the courtroom where the judge declared us their parents. And in this little picture, Tyler's off to the left, and Roger's off to the right. This was actually taken yesterday, as I was tasked by my minister at River Road Presbyterian Church to put some pictures together for this Sunday's message. So we took some pictures of the park. So why do I share all of this information with you? This was a life-changing event for me. Many of you have similar life-changing events. In fact, all of us have multiple life-changing events. When we adopted Raj and Ty, it changed my life. It changed everything. It changed the time I woke up. It changed how I woke up. To this day, 2 kids at 4:30 in the morning run to my bed to wake me up. I cannot change that behavior. They just wake up, their clock starts because they have ADHD, and they just run to the bed and say, "Daddy, Daddy, what's next?" They changed my life. From the time I woke up, from the time I wake up until the time I go to sleep. Because these 2 at-risk children are constantly needing my bride and my attention and an evolving plan to care for them. Every day is different in this life-changing event. And like I just previously said, I know everyone, David here, Margaret, Renee, Eddie, that are in this room, and all of you that are listening right now, or all of you that are listening tonight, many of you have 1 to multiple life-changing events that you draw back on and think about. And you say, I know you say to yourself, if I got through that, I can get through this. Or you draw on that life-changing event as a source of energy still constantly all the time. I shared with you 10 weeks ago about a trek up Mount Kilimanjaro. And that energy of that trip changed my life as well. And I use the energy of that trip almost every week. I think about that trip. So why am I spending 15 minutes talking about this life-changing event? COVID-19, this event that just happened in 10 weeks, it's going to change our life. Until there's a vaccine that is created and massively produced and available to the world. This event that we just are going through in the last 10 weeks is changing our life. And we need to adapt to a new norm. Not just, you all probably just watched the governor's briefing, and phase one was not what many people were expecting. He didn't flick on the switch. As he said, he put on the dimmer. And so, all of us throughout our entire life have life-changing events. And this is another life-changing event that we need to go through over the next year. One of the most frequently asked questions this week is, Michael, what is life going to look like at Cedarfield? And I gotta be honest with you, I just don't have all of those answers just quite yet. For those of you that say, oh, Michael has an answer for everything, well, guess what? I don't. We have 3 phases that we have to create that comport with the governor's plan and federal guidelines, and we're going through that plan this week, and over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be developing a plan. Things I know that won't change: physical distancing is going to be here to stay. We will continue to wear masks outside of our apartments or cottages. We will definitely be continuing to screen people at the gatehouse. For an undetermined amount of time, there'll be limited access to the campus for visitors. And as we're talking about visitors and family members being permitted to come onto the campus, those restrictions are still going to stay in play for a little while to keep us safe. The dining venues are going to be closed for a little bit longer. The in-house mailboxes, the way that we do mail, is going to continue. Delivering meals and newspapers, the way that we do grocery shopping, the way that Margaret and Trish and Florence deliver pastoral services. All those things they're changing our life, not just at Cedarfield. Even if you weren't living in Cedarfield, your life would have changed if you were in your house from yesteryear. And I gotta be really honest. This first phase and going into the second phase, yours truly has been closest to the Department of Health than probably any other person on this campus. And just listening to these experts, this first phase scares me to death. It's actually a game changer for the health of our community if we don't strictly follow social distancing, hand washing, and face covering guidelines. It just really scares me to death to think that this virus, that, yes, people are right, those of you that have emailed and said, Michael, make sure you make everyone aware that the virus touches all demographics. So yes, I know we've been saying all week that this virus really hounds and really takes cement at a retirement community, and for people that are 65 years of age and better are the most vulnerable, and yes, it does cross the gamut of ages. But as I will share on Monday, thanks to a few residents that are out there, I will share on Monday some statistics about how deadly this virus is for people in certain age brackets. So this first phase really does scare me, because I think people are just thinking it's a light switch and then we're going back to normal. Even though the governor was extremely detailed, I applaud the governor and their task force for helping us understand what phase one looks like. Great detail, but I'm not quite sure that a lot of people, it'd be interesting to know like what percentage of the general public really, truly is adhering to all of these restrictions. So operationally, we are planning to implement our own 3-phase plan. Several of us, some that are in this room, in fact, we started talking about it yesterday. We intend to come up with a draft, a very preliminary first draft by Monday, and then we're going to take the better part of next week to utilize what the governor has just presented today and utilize that into our own plan and utilizing the federal guidelines that have been posted by the White House task force, and utilize all that data to come up with our 3-phase plan. So hopefully by the end of next week, we will have that plan complete, and then we'll be ready in the week of May 22nd to share in general what that plan looks like to all the residents, the families, and to the team members at large. I want to thank all the residents that submitted questions. Last couple of days, we had said if you want to be part of offering some suggestions about what this 3-phase plan looks like, please email me, and boy, did we get back great content from the residents. Many folks took it seriously and developed a phase 1, 2, and 3 plan, and we have them. We've been combing through them, and we're going to be utilizing that information to come up with our formal plan. And I also want to thank the residents for your unwavering, tremendous support. Not only here in the administration suites, but believe me, the directors of the department, the neighborhood leaders, the clinical leaders on our licensed side of the community, and many other members of the Cedarfield team, we have received lots of communication from you about your thanks, your praise. We hear you. There's so many residents that have reached out to the staff. It's hard to actually get back with them and just thank you for reaching out. But just know that we are very grateful for you cheering us on, and we, in many instances, have been passing stuff back to the frontline staff that really need to see the things that you have written, the things that you've created, the things that you have painted, the things that you have drafted. Many people have been extremely creative in their ways of wanting to thank the Cedarfield team members. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so that is a little bit about reopening, a little bit about our reopening plan. The Virginia, hopefully many people had a chance to listen to Governor Northam here at 2 o'clock. Great content that he covered. He did say that all the slides that he had talked about would be available on the virginiagov.com site. So I would encourage you to go to that site to look at the graphs, particularly the science and the data that they're monitoring, and all the bar graphs and 7-day averages, the 14-day downward turn trends that they're trying to look at in order to decide when to unveil phase 2 for the general public. He did talk about changed a little bit of a tone from stay at home to safer at home, especially if you are one of the vulnerable among us. Talked about no social gatherings of more than 10 people, continued social distancing, teleworking where possible. Talked a lot about face coverings in the general public, and talked a lot about easing some of the limits on businesses and faith communities. For example, we talked about opening of fitness centers and gyms. While in phase one, he's not encouraging gyms to open back up, but he is encouraging outside exercise. So we will probably utilize that. Maybe David has a little bit more content to cover about that, but Elizabeth and team, just maybe looking at how we can utilize Mother Nature now that it's becoming great weather, and getting outside and conducting classes outside that also comport with social distancing guidelines. So, if anybody has any questions about Virginia Governor Northam's briefing that he might have covered that we can answer for you, please call down to the administration suite and we will answer your questions just as quickly as we can. In terms of COVID-19 communication, just a highlight of 4 things that we're really hooked on right now in preparedness. Executing our preparedness plan revolve around these 4 things: aggressive infection control, developing a COVID-19 neighborhood. So on the South Central neighborhood, we talked with the Department of Health over the last few days, and we are utilizing our PPE, our personal protective equipment, to the best of our ability, and utilizing zip walls that Jack and the maintenance team have been creating here for the last 10 weeks. And we're going to cohort a little section of this South Central neighborhood and take care of people appropriately in this neighborhood with a COVID-19 neighborhood concept in mind. We continue to acquire and maintain great personal protective equipment levels. So when just rest assured everybody, I know the governor actually spoke about this. We see a downward trend in hospitals requesting PPE from the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I can just tell you that the Commonwealth has been extraordinary. Our local Virginia Healthcare Coalition has been extraordinary, where hospitals, retirement communities, nursing homes, we're all working in concert, and where there's a need of PPE, we're all actually shifting some of our inventory to help one another out. And we're also doing that within the Pinnacle Living family and communities around the Commonwealth. So, but we have the right amount of PPE here at Cedarfield to take care of people up in the licensed areas. And then, of course, the training that goes along with aggressive infection control. One more thing about our COVID-19 communication before I turn it over to David. Just here's some of the statistics to date. We have, Eddie, you want to zoom in on this? We have 44 residents that have been tested in total at the community. 8 have tested positive. This is a cumulative number. And then you can see that team member number has not changed since yesterday. Actually, since 3 days ago. 82 team members have been tested, and 8 team members have been tested positive. I did want to make one correction. Renee, as I said, Virginia Gov. I said .com. It's not .com, it's actually .gov. G-O-V. Thank you, Renee. Okay, David Stewart is here to talk a little bit about Mother's Day and some activities.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me back. I guess we've gotten to the bottom of the barrel of guests because I'm here a second day. So I made Michael spit cup. So, I'd like to speak a minute, if I can, not about Mother's Day, but about life-changing events. And it leads into something good. But, yeah, I don't know if I can do this real easily, but I want to talk about Chef Robert. He was a man that came to work every day with an idea, with a mission. He was invested deeply in Cedarfield and our residents. And he truly made a difference in so many people's lives. One of the things that we speak about in dining services is creating moments in people's lives. Sometimes when people come to eat in the dining room, it's simply a meal. Many times it's an event. It's an event that may never happen again, whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, somebody visiting, what have you. And we're very aware of that. We're also very aware that when guests come to Cedarfield to visit with a resident, or to visit with marketing, we call it, sometimes with marketing, we call it $1 million moments. And Robert was very deeply invested in all that we do. And, you know, as we head into this Mother's Day holiday, I find myself missing him and his footprint on these special events that we have. And one of the things that we would do at Mother's Day is Jim always wanted to provide flowers to the ladies. And then this year we found that we really shouldn't do that. So we do have a small little thank you to all of our residents that will be included in all of the meals. The team has put together a beautiful meal for you. Jim went in search of a very special product we've had in the past, and it's a lamb sirloin, and it's just a magnificent product, and we found it up in Maryland and had it sent down to us. And so we're going to have a very nice menu on Sunday in honor of Mother's Day, and I hope that you enjoy it. In the thought of, continue on the vein with Robert, Robert had been here 21 years. We have a fellow who, when Robert fell ill, just kind of stepped up and started being the go-to guy in the kitchen because it was the right thing to do. I was very amazed by it. He told the other team members, just come to me if you need something and I'll see what I can do for you. So some weeks later, as I was thinking about after Robert had passed, what we might do about an executive chef, I went into the kitchen and asked a few people with whom I've worked for many, many years, is there anybody here at Cedarfield I ought to think about for the role of executive chef? And every single person with whom I spoke said, well, Tyrone, of course. So I went to Tyrone and I said, Tyrone, is there anybody I should think about for filling Robert's role? And he said, well, me. And I was shocked because Tyrone had never expressed interest. This time he did. And so for those of you who don't know, we have been working with Tyrone since Robert's passing, and he has done a magnificent job. So we offered him the job of executive chef, and he has accepted, and we're thrilled to have him. He has been here since 1996. He knows you, he knows Cedarfield, he knows Pinnacle Living. He's very, very good with the team. He's a very gentle man. He's a very calm person, and very blessed to have had him be there for us and want to assume this role. So Tyrone Beasley is our executive chef. You'll get a chance to meet him, and I think you'll be very, very pleased with him. So wish him well if you would, and when you get to see him, welcome him to the role. So moving along. So we do have a call out for live stream talent, as I mentioned. Mrs. Rucker did her flower arranging. We have some other people who have stepped up and said they would like to participate. So if you have a gift that you'd like to share with the residents, which you would call Lori in the wellness area, and I wrote down her number 8881, and let her know that you'd be interested in sharing your gifts or skills or talents with the resident family, and we'd love to talk to you about that. Lori did also ask that you do send along your email address if you have it. And for those of you who don't know, there are many people who have email addresses in our Touchdown app. And also the team, the staff, us, also have a little contact button, and you can click on that if you wish to send us an email, and we'll receive that. So if you don't know somebody's email who's on the team here, you can look on the Touchdown app. Continuing the Touchdown app, I receive a lot of correspondence each day, and I want to thank you, everybody, for reaching out to us. One resident reached out to us today about the menus, and we were unaware that our dining menu slides had gone sideways somehow, and we weren't aware of it. So somebody let us know, and I appreciate that. Krupa has fixed them, and so you should be able to see the menus for at least a week in advance on the Touchdown app. We found that wasn't the case today, but it has been fixed, and we thank you for letting us know that on your side of it that had gone sideways. And then, as you also know, that we put the menus in the bags for the next day. We don't typically put menus out ahead of time because inevitably it causes confusion. So if you want to see the menu in advance, you can look on the Touchdown app. One of the exercises that, or activities, sorry, that had been suggested, and I'm only mentioning this because I think it's hilarious, would be a group writing exercise. A resident suggested we could have a group writing exercise where somebody would write a paragraph or a page of however much they wanted and then pass it to the next person. I can only imagine how much fun that would be and how one person could take the storyline in a different direction. So hopefully we'll see that coming out soon from the wellness team. Elizabeth is working on some group exercise and stretching and things like that we're going to do in the courtyard. So we'll be advertising those soon. Again, we're going to manage the social distancing. We're all going to be wearing masks, but it's going to be wonderful that we're going to be using that new courtyard and all getting outside. Let's see, what else did I write down about that? Oh, group walks. Yes, we're going to be orchestrating some group walks for people, and probably around campus, but also in the park. And again, we'll be managing the group size, the distancing, wearing masks, and staying in concert with the governor's recommendations. So we've got lots of things, as I said, in the works with the Wellness and Leisure team. So I think if you look on television, you'll see a number of them already posted. And again, I'll encourage you, if you think a community talent show would be entertaining, reach out to us and let us know. If you'd like to participate in any way, or if you know somebody or yourself would like to participate with some kind of a talent, singing or juggling or whatever, we'd love to consider that and see if maybe we can put this show together. So let me see if there's any questions for me. See if Renee has any questions for me. No questions. All right. Well, I want to thank you for your time today, and thank you for having me back. And I look forward to seeing you again. And to all the mothers, I wish you a very happy Mother's Day. And I want to thank everybody for their support and their well wishes and all the great comments that we've been hearing from the residents in dining services and in wellness and leisure. So thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Okay, there's a new memo that has been distributed to all the residents. This memo has been, I believe, posted on Touchdown, and it's actually, some of the content is on our cedarfield.com website. So I would encourage you, if you're living in cottages, apartments, assisted living, those of you that are viewing this tonight, you can feel free to go on to www.mycedarfield.com and click on Guest Access, and then over on that coronavirus module, if you click on there, go down to the second section, memo section, you'll see Chris Henderson our Chief Executive Officer's latest memo that was posted and distributed today. Some families have been asking video conferencing, how to get in touch with at least some person within the neighborhoods. So in the healthcare area, those of you that are listening from afar here, if you want to contact Katie at 474-8844, Katie is our neighborhood leader on the north side. She can get you connected to video conferencing with your loved one. Those of you that live on the south or central part of our health center, if you want to use video conferencing to connect with your loved one, you can contact Barbara Howell at 8865 or Zach Barrett at 8857. And then in assisted living, we have Morgan, our other neighborhood leader, that can help you with video conferencing at 8731. And then in our memory support area, otherwise known as Sunshine Plaza, Shannon Gus at 8882 can help you schedule out a video conference with someone. On Monday, our supplies shuttling program will pick back up for residents that are living in the independent living apartments. Again, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, residents or family members, that wish to drop off supplies for the residents in the independent living apartments can do so from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock over at the Park and Ride area located at the corner of Gaskins and Maynard. Do we have any other updates, family updates? Nope. Okay, construction update. The pond dredging, as I had mentioned yesterday, that hasn't changed. We are about 3 days off schedule, so we will, looks like we'll complete that dredging project here in the beginning of June, first week of June. And good news with the Parkview entrance project. That project is on schedule. Looks like we will complete that schedule next week. Looking forward to that, closing out our Pathways to Wellness plan of development. That will be our second major phase in this master plan that we commenced almost 3 years ago that we will be officially closing out. Grocery shopping will kick back up on Monday. Those of you that are in independent living and living on the lane, the court, or in this building, the main building on the first floor. If you would like to utilize the grocery shopping program, please have your orders in to the phone line 474-8895 by Sunday at 8 o'clock. And one more plug. Close out the week here for the Cedar Digest. Mr. Beck is looking for writers and stories. He's looking not for both, one and the same. If you have a story that you'd like to share, and maybe you're not gifted at writing, we have a writer for you. Just takes a little half-hour interview. You can certainly have a writer contact you to draft the story, have you approve what you had told the writer, and then hopefully get it published in this next edition of the Cedar Digest. So please reach out to Mr. Fred Beck, for those of you that have stories and or want to write. And then one more thing about scans. We had mentioned this yesterday. I don't think we can say this enough now in this little troubled waters environment that we're dealing with. Like we had said yesterday, thieves thrive on hard times. I had as I said yesterday, I had my car broken into earlier this week. and folks at whoever got in my car took all the change out of the center console. So they're out there, but they're out there more importantly via email and telephone. For those of you that live here, please be very cautious about answering emails that aren't familiar and or answering telephone calls that aren't familiar. We have many reports from, I have many reports from my own mother and father who live in Pennsylvania that get the scams almost weekly. And we have reports from residents that live here as well. So again, these thieves, just want to clarify something that maybe I unintentionally started a rumor around the campus yesterday. There's no thievery happening here locally. We're in a safe community, we're locked. Thieves have not been on the campus, but thieves have been remotely trying to dial in via telephone and or the internet to take advantage of people. So just be very cautious is the message here, this public service announcement. If anybody has any questions or comments, we'll take a couple of moments here. Looks like one question is coming in. Bear with me for a second. The D-Wing opening is still on schedule for June. We talked with our general contractor this week, and we're developing a transition plan with them. So first few residents should move in the month of June for the D-Wing project. Okay, no other questions? I'm going to call up Margaret here, who has some words of spiritual well-being and going to facilitate our good news segment.
Hi everyone. I'm very glad to be back with you all this afternoon. I would like to share a prayer for peace and calm that's attributed to Teresa of Avila. Please pray with me. May today there be peace within. May you trust your highest power that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing and dance. It is there for each and every one of you. Amen. And it's always fun to share the good news segment of this. And today, we are celebrating Violet Thompson. We would like to announce that team member Violet Thompson is celebrating her 20th anniversary with Cedarfield today. Though sign language is her method of communication, her positive energy and infectious smile exemplify a communication style all its own. She is a member of the housekeeping department working in Sunshine Plaza. Household leader Shannon Gus told me earlier today that she is so proud to have Violet as part of her team. She is a joy to work with, and arrives every day with a positive attitude and a desire to help wherever she is needed. Her Sunshine Plaza colleagues love working with her, and Sunshine Plaza residents love being around her. Violet loves the human connection she finds here and the ability to develop friendships with team members and residents alike. Her favorite part of her job is working with older adults. We are so grateful for Violet, and we celebrate with her 20th anniversary here at Cedar Field. And as always, if you have some good news that you would like to share, please let someone in Pastoral Services know, and we will be happy to include it in this segment.